All right, welcome back to Off the Tap. It's episode 12. We're doing Karbach Lil Chela.
I don't think it's fair you always get to start the podcast.
Would you like to start it?
Tonight. No, I'm joking. Yeah, you could start it. I think you're better
Hey,
at it.
everybody, welcome back to Up Top Podcast. This is Karbach Lil Chela. Here we go.
It's time.
It's time. That crack sounded good. Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
You did a bottle last week, right? That's why
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
That was a good one.
Crispy.
That was a good one. I've been told that this is a really good beer, and
Ooh, I like it.
I'm
like it a
just
lot.
gonna get right into it. If I'm being honest with you, I can't talk about it anymore. I've been wanting to try it.
It doesn't even taste
Yeah,
like it needs a lime. It's really
Well,
good.
First of all, I didn't
wow.
know this was
Oh wow.
a light cerveza until like just now when I was looking at the can.
Oh yeah.
It looks very fantastic.
I
like
think
the color scheme.
it's my favorite can I've ever had. This would be the kind of beer I would want to drink on the beach all day.
I want a flag of this can to hang up in my room.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
If Karbach made a flag that had this can printed on it, like the way this can is designed printed on it, I would hang it in my room.
This can needs to be like a Chubby's design.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That's what it needs to be.
Yes, and listen to this. Listen to this, dude. This is the best marketing scheme I've seen on a can. It says mucho flavor, or maybe flavor, but mucho flavor. And it says little calories. Lil calories. And it says Lil is the life of the party, like Lil Wayne. Lil is the life of the party in the Chela family. At only 96 calories, Lil Chela is crisp, light, and deliciously smooth. First out of the ice chest today, last one dancing tonight. Lil stays refreshing and bright.
What?
Wow.
I would like to
What?
thank you for letting us know how Lil was spelt and pronounced by giving
Yeah.
me a synonym. A
That was
similar
very
word.
motivational.
You have to.
I might
you
go
have to
do
use
10
it in a
push-ups.
sentence. Yeah, dude. I'm about to drink 10 of these beers, and I only bought 6.
Right, I know. I'm
Say
about to
it.
be screwed out of this, dude. I'm about to drink all
This
these
is,
things. I'm going to be so sad.
I really like the can.
I love it.
Yeah, it's like an
4.2?
off-white. Like the bit. the back.
4.2%.
It's like a pearl, like sand. It's like a white sand beach.
4.2
That's what
is
it's like.
ABV. That's pretty
It's a
solid.
white sand
4.2.
beach.
ABV, and then
Good
it
for a
says
light
10 IBU. I don't know what IBU is. What is that?
I don't know.
Irritable bowel universal.
Okay, we should probably know what IBU means. We've been doing this for 3 months.
10 on the international brewing units. I don't know.
Ooh.
International
Making
Brewing
stuff up.
Units. That's IBU.
That way you can convert with foreign countries that use the metric
Exactly.
system.
Yeah.
Multiply
let's look
by
it up.
5, divide by 9, add 32. You know.
Let's look it up. But yeah, it's like the base color of the can is like it's two-colored actually, two-toned. There's like white
Yeah,
and
it
then
is.
like a goldish white.
Doesn't it?
Almost
Does it remind
checkered.
you of a sandy beach, a white sand beach?
It does. It reminds me very much of a beach. And then the colors as well. They're like light or like a yellow, orange, and blue for the lettering and stuff. There's a little cartoon palm tree on it. Love it. Absolutely love the
Tex-
design. Couldn't have been better.
Tex-Mex for hell yeah. That's what
Now
it
let me
says. right
taste
there.
it.
It tastes really good. You don't even need a lime for it. It tastes like a
tastes-
Mexican beer that you don't have to have a lime for.
You want to know why? There's a little hint of salt. Do you taste it?
Is there?
You taste the little hint of salt? I tasted a little hint of salt.
I kind of do. It's pretty good.
The International Bitterness Unit.
Is it
That was
really?
close.
That's IBU.
That's actually not bad.
I was
International
close.
IBU.
Well, it's a 10. You said it was a 10. I'm assuming out
Yeah.
of 100.
I don't know.
I'm assuming that's what the scale is. Let's see what the scale is on the old Wikipedia. Yeah. Well, it goes to 120.
So we're only at
The
12.
the scale goes lambic from 0 to 10. Wheat beer is 8 to 18. American lager is 8 to 26. Okay, there's a lot. I'm going to just go through all these.
What? How can it be?
Kolsch is from 20 to 30. Pilsner is from 24 to 44. A porter is from 18 to 50. A bitter is from 24 to 50. A pale ale is from 30 to 50.
Wow.
A stout is from 30 to 90. A barley wine is from 34 to 120.
Jeez.
And an
God.
Indian pale ale or India pale ale is from 40 to 120.
That's crazy because you could have, I mean, especially that one that's 34 to 120. You could be on two opposite ends of a spectrum. You could be on the same thing as a Pilsner or whatever you said.
Yeah, at that
And-
point it would be like flavor profile, you know.
Yeah. I really like this beer.
This is incredible. I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, it's it's up there with one of my favorite beers of all time, with the lighten up as well. I like both of these. They're my favorites so far. The Guten Tag was good too, though. So I wanted to tell you guys this a minute ago.
Okay, well hold up. Well, before we get into some stories, let's give a little bit of an initial rating. How about that? Since we're all enjoying it so much, you know.
I don't know. I want to finish this whole thing.
Well, you got to do the initial rating and then you do the final rating.
Let's do that.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna
That's how
drink
we've
this
been
whole
doing it.
beer. I'm gonna drink this whole beer for the initial rating.
Wow, you just gonna shotgun a whole beer for the initial rating. I really appreciate that.
I'm not shotgunning it. That would waste the flavor of this beer. I want to taste it as it goes down, so I'm just taking
True.
big gulps. Oh my god, no! It's got the lime salt flavor to it already.
Yeah, it does.
It
That's
is.
what I'm saying.
It's amazing, dude. It's like a dressed Corona but
I
better.
was gonna say,
it's like a
imagine
dressed
this.
Corona, but it's naked.
But I was gonna say, imagine
on
this
the beach.
in a bottle with more lime and more salt.
I could
Then
go
it wouldn't
for-
even taste like beer to me.
Well, I could go for a little squirt of lime, and then the lime on it. You know, or sitting in it if it were on tap.
I let
Yeah.
Jill try it, and she said it's her favorite beer that she's ever had.
Oh wow!
Ever.
Yeah, she's not a
What do
huge
we-
beer person, but she loves this one.
Wow.
All right, Andrew, you start. Let's hear it.
Dude,
Better be over a 8, since you said it's probably one of your favorites of all time.
Well, actually, it was going to be an over a 9.
Okay.
oh wow!
Yeah. So this one for me, I really wish I could buy it in 30 packs, and if I could, it would be the beer that I would bring with me to the beach. It'd be the beer that I did anything with. This beer for me is a 9.2.
Ooh, that is okay. We're doing it each week. This is what it's all about, guys. Last week we had a new top for the highest rated beer, and we've just topped it again. This is incredible.
Yeah,
Andrew, could you see yourself sitting on a nice beach somewhere in maybe Hawaii, listening to some Kenny Chesney,
Oh yeah,
drinking you a Lil Chela?
smelling the coconut oil.
Somehow you got these to Hawaii. You just brought them with you in a
Oh,
carry-on.
Oh yeah.
30 pack.
I think-
is the
I
only
mean,
thing you brought.
I see Hawaii, but I tell you, with the can design and everything, and just the flavor, I feel more like Mexico.
I'm
Yeah.
going
That
straight
though.
up to Cozumel. Yeah.
You're going straight to Cozumel. Yeah, that's right. You can't go to Hawaii. We got to
Yeah,
go.
and I'll be sitting in a chair under an umbrella, with my beautiful wife. I mean, we'll be married at one point in that time, I guess. And drinking this beer and living life.
I can see you.
I might not come back. Like you might see, like from that point on when we're doing the podcast, there may be like a beach in the background because like I won't come back.
I can
And it's
see
not
you
going to
because
be a
of
green
this-
screen. It won't be a
It's
green
because of
screen.
this beer. It's because of this beer.
You're going to be on the beach sitting in a lawn chair with this can with like one of them little tiny umbrellas sticking out the top,
Mm-hmm.
just drinking it.
Yep.
Just out of the can.
That's the life. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I'll take a
You
knife and
still
poke a
have to-
hole
you
on
have
this
to
side
adjust-
and then have them.
No,
Yeah.
you gotta adjust the umbrella each time because you can't.
Yeah.
It's poking your nose. You can't.
Yeah.
Can't get into the
Yeah.
hole in the can.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with a solid 8 on this. I mean, we all know, I've said it before, that I'd prefer darker beers, but I think this is one of the best, like, lighter beers that I've had. And I'll tell you what, I am a huge fan of Corona as it comes to like cervezas,
Mm-hmm.
Phew.
Gross.
Cervezas.
Cerveza.
Dude,
This
why we keep
tops it. I
throwing-
like this more.
Y'all saying this is similar to Corona? Because Corona's like one of the lower tier like cervezas.
No, I'm just
Mexican
saying
beers.
Corona is one of my favorite personally. Not one
Okay.
of my favorite
Yeah.
beers, just one of my like favorite quote cervezas,
Gotcha.
But I like
Hmm.
this significantly more. Like we were saying, you kind of don't have to dress it, which I like.
I love
No,
this
I agree.
beer. And
This
I've
is
also
like-
got it in a Margaritaville koozie, so I think it matches the vibe.
I was going to mention that. That probably sets the vibe off even more for you.
Yeah.
Y'all know what we should do, boys? We should grab a 30 rack of these if they have them. If not, we'll just buy all of the 6 packs of them at the store and
Yeah.
we'll make a trip to the Margaritaville here close to us one day.
We could do that.
Yeah.
But I feel like if we were doing that, we should definitely grab land shark instead.
yeah.
Absolutely not. There will be land shark there.
Okay.
We will
All right,
take
all right.
we will take
All
the
right.
Lil Chelas with us.
Well, I feel like
This-
you're disgracing Jimmy Buffett there, but
this Lil Chela, it's a really good mix between like how they call it a light cerveza, or you're thinking like a beach beer, like a Mexican beer. It's a really good mix between that and like a good chill, like light beer that you would drink like every day. You know, it's got the cerveza flavor, but it's got like almost like and because it's so low calorie, it's almost got like a Michelob consistency. You know, if that makes sense. But
I
it's,
You
feel
know
like it's
what's-
got a lighter beer kind of.
It's really
little,
smooth.
like after
Like-
hit, I guess.
You want to know what's really weird? You know what vibes I get from this beer? I want to be on spring break. You know, I'm 21. I'm playing beer pong, and this is the beer I'm drinking. That's what I want. That's where this beer takes
you
me.
better not be pouring it in the cups
I
and
would
knocking it over.
never use
Oh,
this
no,
beer
no.
for beer pong. I would
No,
be drinking
no.
it on the side.
Exactly. You fill the cups with water, and you
No,
drink
no.
this.
Well,
and
you fill
yeah.
the cups with Keystone. Let's be honest with ourselves here.
yeah.
You get we can go even lower than that, but you just get a low tier light beer. That's what you fill the beer pong cups with. But you drink a good beer on the side. You
Well,
get double drunk, and you're having a great time.
it depends where you're playing beer pong. Like if you're playing beer pong on the beach, I don't want to be drinking whatever's in the cup because you're gonna have
It's
sandy
good
balls
for your immune system.
in more than one way.
It's good. Yeah, well, that's true, but it's good for your immune system. Build up a little bit of a defense, Eat a little bit of dirt,
Mm.
never hurt anybody.
Yeah,
Well,
if you
one-
want to
one-
get COVID faster than any person has before, just play beer pong at a frat party, drink some Keystone.
Well, one time
Facts.
I was my mom. We were on the beach and this ice cream truck comes along, and I get one of the Dreamsicle popsicles and I drop that thing right in the sand and start crying. Right,
Oh.
just unloading. And we had ran down the beach, me and her together, to make it to this ice cream truck, and just I was bawling. And she just picks it up, and she says, "You're still going to eat this, She said, "God made dirt, dirt don't hurt." And then
Oh, I like that. That's a good saying. Dirt don't hurt.
So
That's a
I
good one.
proceeded to eat the ice cream, and it was good. So
It's
I
just a little
like that.
crunchy, dude. It's like what are those ice cream
the
cones
Oreo
that have, like,
ones.
they have like the nuts
They have
on the
the
outside
nuts
of
on
them or
them,
something?
the-
like,
What are those called, man?
Babe, what are the ice cream cones that have nuts on the top?
Nutty cones. I don't know.
remember.
Huh?
I mean, I respect the phrasing, but I don't quite understand the logic. That's like, imagine dropping your ice cream cone in like some what do you
Drumsticks.
Yeah, there you go,
Drumsticks.
drumsticks.
There we
That's what
go.
it is. It's like a
See,
drumstick.
we just had to use the call a friend.
Yeah, phone a
You
friend.
gotta phone a friend. I
Yeah.
can't think of freaking words today. Maybe we should just pause and then it'll go meditate for 45 minutes till I remember every word.
Well,
that
you
I
just
know.
got off a plane, so I don't,
The freaking, it's like dropping a popsicle in some like wood shavings, and you're like, oh yeah, it's fine. I'll eat it.
Oh
God
yeah,
made wood.
for sure. For
Wood
sure.
don't hurt.
Did you just get off a plane today?
Yeah, wood is
Wow.
good.
Must be
There
cool
you
to
go.
be able to travel around the freaking world, dude.
It is. It's great. Suckers.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could be in the airline industry so I could do that. I'm going to be a financial analyst for Southwest Airlines, and then I'm going to be able to go wherever I want. That's what I'm going to do.
It's a good plan.
I'm gonna be a athletic scout for a plane company. I don't know.
A plane company.
I don't even
Hey,
know.
I don't know if you're
I'm
in the
gonna
market for this, guys, but I have found the fastest stewardess ever.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
going
telling
to.
you, I'm telling
go-
you, 100 meters, half a second. She
I'm
can
gonna-
push that car down the aisle faster than anybody else.
And while holding a tray.
I'm going to be an
Exactly.
airplane mechanic recruiter.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Sean, did you give a rating? I must have missed it if you did.
No, I didn't give one yet, but I'm gonna give it a 8.7.
Mm.
8.7.
It's gonna be a highly rated one.
It's
we
really
already
good.
know.
It's because it's got mucho flavor.
That's lots of flavor for any of y'all that don't know.
Don't partake in the language to our friends of the South.
Yeah.
Mucho flavor. That means a small donkey.
It's a really
Spanish.
romantic language.
I'm
Donde
fluent.
Something like
está el mucho flavor?
Where is
tell
the
you where it
mush
is.
flavor?
I can tell you where it is. It's Aki.
Aquí.
It's like
I tell you where that it's aquí in me gut.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
In mi boca.
Where
In mi
is
boca.
the library?
La flavor en mi boca.
You guys just want to do
Flavors
this
in my
entire
mouth.
podcast in Spanish now?
See. Okay, Andrew, what was the story that you wanted to tell us? What happened now?
Oh, dude, I royally screwed up yesterday. So I started my new job, and yesterday was the first meeting with everyone in the department, right? Well, my boss canceled the same meeting next week because it occurs every Monday, but I didn't look at the date. So I thought it was canceled. So
Oh no.
first thing that happens is I'm late to the meeting, right? I'm late to it by a few minutes. And that's a bad start already.
Was it
but-
online?
yes. But also, if I would have known that it was a meeting with the entire department, I would have dressed up. I was in a hoodie and a hat. And so I don't know if anyone who listens to the podcast is on like finance teams and stuff, but you're required to kind of look at least professional. And so with me being in a hoodie and a hat, I log into this meeting a few minutes late.
Just to clarify, a hoodie and a hat is not professional.
No, and it was
Not
Maybe
as
without
finance
the
you is.
hat, it could
It's-
pass a little bit, but the hat really is what throws it off.
Well,
there.
If you're,
I-
if you're a professional skateboarder, but
so I took the hat off after a few minutes, and here's why. So it was also a hat that I haven't curved yet, so it was a flat bill hat.
Oh no.
So I log into this meeting looking like a pro skater boy, and all the people in this department are a bunch of like straight up sweeter older ladies, and as soon as I log in, my manager stops talking because he was in the middle of talking as I log in, and he was going to introduce me. I log in, hoodie, flat bill hat, late, like, oh shit. And one of the old ladies goes, "Oh my gosh, he looks like a rapper."
Oh no. You said this
So-
is little Andy dropping beats real quick, bro.
Trisha, look, Sean White's in here.
So immediately, I'm like, okay, great. I'm about to get fired from this job. I take my hat off, set it on the couch, and for the rest of the meeting, I don't say another word. I'm just sitting there like this.
Oh man.
That's
What a way
terrible.
to start.
Yeah.
What a way to start the new job.
Yeah.
So,
Now
what
everybody
they
knows
say.
you as the rapper guy.
yeah.
Now you have to
he's-
drop hot rhymes,
Dude,
bro.
I should respond to, and I know the lady's
In
name
rhyme?
said it. I should respond to each one of her emails in a rhyme. Wouldn't that be funny? Dude, that's what I'm doing. I'm
You
doing
should
that.
do it.
I'm doing that.
You should do it, and when you get fired, you should let us know how good it is.
Well, I'll make it subtle, but it's gonna be funny.
I'm about to get a text from Andrew in the middle of the day going, "Yo, hey, what rhymes with porridge?"
What rhymes with
What
last?
rhymes with, what rhymes with 401k?
What rhymes with last fiscal year?
This drip go near.
This tasty beer.
Hey, there we go. That's what I like to hear. He's
man.
coming up with them by himself. Doesn't even need us, dude.
I'll be good, dude. I'll be good. I'm gonna make this lady, and dude, she's not even gonna notice until she whenever I leave this job many years down the line, and she looks back at all of her emails because she's like, "Wow, he was a wonderful rapper." And she's-
At least you weren't thought you were muted or something joining the meeting. You just joining in Boodoo? Babe, I swear I flushed it. I swear I flushed it.
babe.
Babe, wait.
Will you grab my pants?
Yeah. Well, that's the good thing about being on a Zoom meeting is you can look fancy, but you can just be wearing boxers and flip flops from the waist down.
You just join in and go, "No, it was a ghost poo. I didn't have to wipe."
Well. So the thing is the meeting is usually it occurs right when I log on at 8. It occurs at 8. So I was in bed thinking the meeting was canceled, and I had to rush in here. So I had a hoodie, a hat, just because I knew I had to cover the top part, but I didn't have time to put on a dress shirt. so I covered the top part, and my hair was a mess, so I didn't have time to do my hair. So that's why I put the hat on. I didn't have pants on.
Did you have
So
underwear
you
on?
couldn't get up to change. That's why you didn't get up.
I couldn't. Otherwise, they would have seen full shaft.
Hold up. Hold up. You were full on
talking
naked. We're not talking like underwear or boxers.
I'm talking hopped out the bed, hopped in the meeting.
Oh my god, just threw a hoodie. You look like a girl after a one night stand. You know, leaving the guy's house the next day just in the hoodie. That's it.
Yeah, so that's my luck, and that's why if anyone is looking for a financial analyst, no,
I'm sure I'm about to be fired. Well, maybe you can move to Mexico and drink these beers.
That's definitely what I'll be doing, and I'll open up a scuba shop or something.
Have you ever been to Mexico, Andrew?
Dude, I have been to Mexico once, and we stayed at the Moon Palace, Cancun. It was absolutely fantastic. I don't even know if it was Moon Palace.
Does Elon own that?
Huh?
Does Elon
How the hell
own
are you
that?
on the moon and Cancun?
Yeah, I was about to say, how are you? You were on Can Moon.
Well, I don't know if it was the Moon Palace. It was some really nice resort in Mexico, all inclusive. My parents took me
Probably the Sun Palace.
on my 18th birthday. They took
Uh-oh.
me on my 18th birthday so I could drink with them, and it was. I have pictures on my phone of me going up to the bar for the first time. And everything it was really cool. I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, that's
I
right.
went scuba
You can
diving
drink
there.
in Mexico under 18.
Well, so here's the funny part. So I went Mexico diving, or not Mexico diving.
Oh, that's a fun sport.
Every
I went
I
Mexico.
went to Mexico and I went Mexico skating this one time at this one place. I was Mexico soccer.
I was Mexa drinking and
Bro, I went Mexico diving one time. I got so much sand on my popsicle.
no. So we went scuba diving.
Same trip, by the way. Yeah, him and his mom ran
We'll get
to that ice cream.
We'll get into this later in the episode, but as you know,
he was 18 years old. They just left the bar, and I can just see Andrew running down the beach with his mom to get to this ice cream truck, and he drops it. And
so I've got two stories that I want to share with you about Mexico. Whenever I went, and the first is so Mexico is obviously a pretty scary place, and we'll get into that later with the cartels and everything. Like if you're leaving the resort and stuff. But dude, I really like this chair that I'm sitting in. It makes me feel like a boss. I can rotate and talk. I put my hands like this, you know. No, but okay. So I signed up to go scuba diving.
Mexico diving.
Yeah,
Mexico diving.
and
Okay, I don't. Just to interrupt you, when you say Mexico diving, it reminds me for some reason of like on Toy Story when all those aliens are in the bottom of the crane machine and you're just the crane coming to get them. I don't know why.
Claw. No, I don't know why that reminds you of it either. That's kind of weird. But so I have to. Yeah, me neither. But I have to meet them on the beach, right? So to go scuba diving. So I'm on the beach, and this boat comes pulling up from the Gulf of Mexico, just out of nowhere. This boat just appears on the horizon and starts coming up. And we're waiting for all the other scuba diving people to show up. I was the only one that registered for this class. Or not class, this trip. And I'm getting on a boat with 3 of these Mexican dudes. And it's just a boat that pulled in from the horizon. Yeah. So I get on this boat and they start driving off the shore and I'm like, bye mom, bye dad. I don't know if I'm ever coming back. you know, love you guys. Thanks for the trip. We're going scuba diving. You know, they could just sink me in the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
And no one will ever know aside from my parents, and then they'll report it to the police authorities and nothing will ever happen.
You're about to get harvested for your organs real quick for the black market.
Yeah. And so what I thought was really funny is these Mexican guys, they're like all obviously buddy. And they're speaking Spanish the whole time, and they're like not thinking like this is whenever I spoke the most Spanish. This was before I forgot a lot of Spanish. Mm-hmm. And the Mexican guy, he goes, so, and he says this in Spanish, and he's like, do you have a girlfriend? Like, tú tienes un not novia. No, it's novia. It may be wife. I can't remember what girlfriend is. It may be novia or something. But asking if I have girlfriends. And I said, I said, amigo, yo tengo. And then I said, whatever multiple was. I forgot what the word is since then. But I said, I have a lot. And he's like, hey. And then I'm like, me and all three of them were like best friends for this whole trip. Yeah.
all it took.
As soon as I responded to him like that, it was like we were best friends. But
Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say?
I told him he asked if I had any girlfriends in Spanish, and I said I have multiple girlfriends. And like as soon as I said that, he was like, we were all best friends. But I said it in Spanish, and that's what made it cool. But then the other story, just real quick, was I was at the bar, and there was another guy named Patrick, and he was going to a different college, and I was going to A&M at the time. And so we were talking and hanging out, and he was getting real loud, and they ended up like stop serving him and kicked him out of the bar. But my dad had been tipping the bartender like all night, a lot. And so I was just as loud as this other guy, but they didn't kick me. I was like, his name was Jaime. And we ordered the cucaracha, which is a flaming shot that they can't serve you at the resort. But he waited. He said we asked him for it earlier in the evening. He's like, I can't give it to you now. El jefe es aquí. The boss is here. I can't give it to you right now.
Oh, okay.
Come later. Come later.
Of course, his name is El Jefe.
No. The bartender's name is Jaime, but he was saying the boss is here, so I can't give it to you now. And so he. By the way, if the resort ever hears this, don't fire Jaime. He's a really cool guy. And so later in the night, he lights up the shot and he says, "Look, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you the straw. You drink it, and then you have it or whatever." So I have the shot, and it was really cool. And then I was really worried because it was like, Jaime, you kicked Patrick out. Are you gonna kick me out? And he goes, amigo, the bar does not stop for you. Because my dad had been tipping him, so it was amazing. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
So, needless to say, if you go to a resort bar in Mexico, just give them a lot of tips.
Ask for Jaime.
That's right.
Yeah, no matter what resort you go to, just walk up to the bar and ask for Jaime.
Ask for Jaime and give him a bunch of tips.
Yeah,
Give
him more tips than what you bought.
It's gonna be funny. You're gonna ask for Jaime, and some dude named Jorge is gonna come out, but he's gonna tell you his name's Jaime.
Yeah.
When me and Randall were at the bar in Mexico, there was this band, and they were playing like pretty much everything, right? But they were just jamming or whatever, and we were chilling. This is like the second bar we went to. It was in a tree house, by the way, which was really cool. So it was like legit a tree house bar, which was awesome. Going down after we were drunk wasn't awesome, but
that sounds amazing. I would love to do that.
Yeah, it was really cool. But this band was playing, and after we were drunk, we were like, dude, you think they know Red Hot Chili Peppers? It's like the dumbest songs ever. Like, hey, can you guys play this?
They literally. I went. They kept getting me to do it because it was me, Sean, and his parents, and we were out, and they kept getting me to go up and ask the band to play stuff. And it was like Red Hot Chili Peppers and Smashing Pumpkins and stuff, like a bunch of throwback 90s rock that just everybody loves. And I was literally walking up there and I was like, can y'all play this? And the guy looked at me and goes, yeah. And he would Google it on his laptop right there. And they would play it, dude. And they were so good, bro. They were so good.
So what y'all did was cool because y'all had a house and then like were in like regular Mexico, like going to regular bars and like going to regular restaurants.
It was kind of like a tourist area.
Yeah, but that's still cool though, because like even if it's a tourist area, like the difference between that and the resort is like a resort, you only have so many choices and so much stuff to do, whereas y'all could do whatever you wanted. You were just in a different country.
Well, I feel like most resorts in Mexico that you go to, they're like, okay, stay on the resort.
So that way you don't get kidnapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was people, we would go like into town to eat and stuff, and there was just these like 1995 Nissan Frontiers with like 6 people in the back of it holding AKs, just like military people just like driving down the street, And I was like,
that's crazy.
I feel safe. I guess if anything pops off, they're gonna handle it.
Look at these cats.
Yeah, bro. But
That's
it was a cool experience though.
That's
Still.
what scares me about all that, man. Like, well, you talk about asking the bands to play stuff. They had a band playing stuff at our resort, and so what I asked them to play was in Narcos, Mexico. Don Nato or Don, what do they call him? Season 1.
Oh man. Man, you're gonna have me going way too far back.
Don Neto or something like that. Something
Which
like
guy?
that.
Which guy?
The hold
fatter
on.
guy.
Yeah, he's fatter.
Yeah.
And he's like the second for the guy that takes over.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look it up. I can't remember his name.
I think it's Don Neto.
Yeah. Great show.
Hold on.
But there's a song that they play for
yeah.
him. I don't remember.
So this guy, Don Neto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when they're raiding his compound,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just smoking weed on the beach, and all these people are getting shot behind him, but he's got his headset on, and he's just looking at the beach, smoking weed, just chilling. And there's like the song that he's listening to is playing. I asked the resort to play that song, and they played it, and it was amazing.
What an experience.
Dude, it's a scene. It's one of the coolest scenes I've ever seen because you've got this relaxing music playing, and it's going back and forth between him just like busting a fat chill and just ultimate violence behind him, like just shooting people at this house, and they're like falling off the house. And like the women that are sitting around him get shot in the stomach and stuff, and it's just a peaceful song playing. I asked them to play that song, and they played it.
Oh my god.
It was amazing.
It was that night that we were at that bar. We started off the night at Senior Frogs, and look, Senior Frogs
Is that place cool?
Look, it's cool and all. It's just a club, and I'm not a huge fan of clubs, if I'm being honest. I don't
like a club.
Yeah, like I don't like all the dancing and stuff like that. I just want to chill and have some drinks, you know.
Yeah, I like bars with pool tables.
So we literally had like 1 or 2 beers at Senior Frogs and like a shot or 2 maybe, and then we left and walked right across the street to this bar that was on the other side of the street, and we were like, "This is my vibe."
Yeah,
And we were there for the rest of the night.
At Senior Frogs, the shot that they gave us, that they made us do, I don't think we knew we were getting into, but
No.
So they gave you the shot, right? They poured the shot, brought it out in front of you, and then the waitress, who was definitely some girl who came down there and like, I don't know what she was doing, but she had definitely came down there for just to get away from everything and work at a bar and like live on the beach, I guess. I don't know, because she was from like Mississippi or something like that. So like
It had to be.
It's like,
I don't blame her. That sounds awesome.
so she poured the shot, and then you took the shot, or no, she like squirted the lime in your mouth. You took the shot, and then she blew a whistle in your ear and grabbed both your, like, put her hands around both your ears and shook your head like extremely
What
violently.
the heck?
And I was like,
Yeah.
That's like the
Like,
ones you see.
get
That's
you
like the
drunk.
ones you see on New Orleans, where like they like
Yeah.
give you a shot, spin you around, and then like throw
Fart
their
in your
big
mouth
ass
or
tits
something?
in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. It was very New Orleans like, but it was cool though. I thought it was pretty cool. And it
Well,
was like
see,
a
I want-
dollar for each of us.
Yeah.
The bar that I want to open, I want it to be famous like Senor Frogs. Like everyone knows what Senor Frogs is.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
hold
was-
on. So
I grew
was
up
your
with-
whole bill $1, or was it just the shot?
No. The shot was $1
Oh, okay.
each. The
It's
shot
very-
was $1
very cheap.
each. But they only Sean's parents trolled us and only made him and me do it.
Yeah.
They didn't do it. And then they were like, "Oh, let's go to the bar next door." We're like, "Oh, okay." Already getting
Yeah,
drunk.
right when we're done with the shot.
It was a good night though.
I mean,
that was the same
how
thing.
old were we?
17?
Were we 17?
So
I
y'all
couldn't
were even
remember.
illegal in Mexico.
Nah,
Nah,
there's
man,
no
you know.
rules. There's no rules, bro.
It's more or less regarding height in Mexico. If you're this tall, you can drink.
Yeah. That's what they've got, like an 8-year-old who's going to join the NBA, and he's just
Yeah.
getting hammered at the bars.
Yeah. Where do you live, sir? Oh, I live in Mexico. It's okay.
Man, that was fun, but I think, yeah, that same night I got so hammered, and then we went and we ate like the most like raunchy, like corner store quesadillas you've ever seen in your life, dude. and the mixture of me being extremely hammered, probably one of the top 10 drunkest I'd been by the time I was 17, 18, however old we were. And then I slept for literally the entire next day.
Literally.
Like the rest of the
I
trip,
was so
pretty much.
upset.
I slept like
Okay,
it was
first of all,
bad.
he's describing this food place like it sucked. It did not suck. What happened is that Sean was really drunk and he got something where everything was covered in cheese.
Yeah, that was the problem.
Everything. He got like smothered quesadillas with queso on them, and like the rice and beans had queso on it as well. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's not going to turn out okay.
I remember
That's
I
The food
remember I
was
was
incredible though.
I was so wasted that I was peeing in the street and a
Facts.
freaking military convoy drove by.
In the
And I was
middle
like,
of the street, not
dude.
not on like the sidewalk, like in the middle of the street.
And I was like,
That's the
nope,
story
I'm not going to prison in Mexico for
That's-
being drunk and peeing on the street. I
That's
like,
what I was
I'm
about
just
to
gonna
say.
finish it off.
That's the story you hear where you get arrested and never come back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just for being in the street. But you could shoot somebody and hide the body and get away with it in Mexico. But if you pee on the street, that's a no-go.
Yeah.
They
You
were
pee on street,
actually
straight to jail.
yeah, straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
So
You're
yeah,
charging too much for a sweaters. Straight to jail.
straight to jail.
Dude,
One of
the
the
best
most
if you,
underrated characters in that show, dude.
if you want the best quesadillas you'll ever have, go to the restaurant on 1097 in Willis. It's called Guadalajara's. It's over the Shell station where the restaurant changes every year. Well, the guy that Guadalajara's hired the chef from Papados and stuff, so the food there has really turned around. The quesadillas are the best I ever had. They're full of steak. It's a whole steak wrapped in cheese and a tortilla.
Wow.
Dang, it's wrapped in cheese.
Well,
Fancy.
covered in cheese.
Hey,
Wow,
no, I
that's
like wrapped
insane.
in cheese better.
Is it like okay, we need like the cheese bars though. Not like sliced cheese. It's wrapped in like cheese bars.
Cheese bars.
No, it's a thick ass layer of like shredded cheese,
Uh-huh.
a whole bunch of steak, another thick ass layer of shredded cheese, and then tortilla on both sides. And then you also
Oh,
order
wow.
the buffalo. You also
What about-
you also
what about
order
on
the
the top
buffalo
and bottom?
wings.
What about on the top and bottom? Is
What
there
do
a
you mean?
tortilla on the top and the bottom,
Yes,
or just
that's
on
why
the
I
sides?
said tortilla on both sides.
Okay,
It's
so
just
well,
a
yeah,
Big
but
Mac
what
of
about the left and
quesadillas.
right?
So a tortilla, and then you're trying to make it overcomplicated, is on both sides.
Oh, so what you're saying is it's wrapped. It's wrapped in a tortilla.
Yes.
Dude,
Thank you.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh my god.
See.
I just thought of this. Dude, favorite
See, puppy.
Oh god.
favorite Mexican food, I think, is if it's done right. I've had some bad ones, like bad ones, but I've had some ones that are like life changing. Is a freaking torta.
Oh,
Yeah, dude. Tortas
Dude.
are next
tortas
level.
are pretty good.
Life changing if they're good,
I love
vomit
tortas.
inducing if they're bad.
Dude,
A torta.
tortas are pretty good. I like beef fajita enchiladas, or my absolute favorite is like straight up like on the corner of two streets in Little Mexico, taqueria street tacos.
Oh, street tacos are undefeated, but they have to be hole in the wall places, and that's what I loved about
Yeah.
that place we went to that night. Because I got
Or a-
street
or a
tacos
food
from
truck.
there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they
food
got to be a
truck
hole in
for
the
sure. Food truck
it's got-
preferably.
It's got to be like a little shack on the side of the road that has
Yeah.
a business name on it.
This
You
is-
walk
you know
in.
how I knew the food was gonna be good? When I got there, I had to take a mean piss because I was drunk, right? So I go into this bathroom, and the bathroom is just an absolute shithole. Like,
Yeah.
like it hasn't been cleaned in weeks. You know, I'm like not touching anything. I'm using a napkin to turn all the nozzles and stuff on. But then I get back out, and my food's on the table, and I was in freaking heaven.
No, I like when you have to walk in there, and if you're gonna order in English, they have to bring a special person out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, we didn't order in English.
Yeah.
It was very
Like,
slurred and messed up Spanish, but we ordered in Spanish.
Like one that's pretty good is the one on the corner of 1097 and 75, that blue one, that blue building.
Oh yeah, I've never
Mhm.
been
Have
there.
y'all ever had that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that place is pretty good. But the best one is, to me, is in Conroe. It's La Palma, is what it's
Yeah.
called. Y'all should try that place if y'all haven't.
Yeah, that's a
Their
good
their
place
tacos
too.
are pretty good. You get beef fajita street tacos, and oh my god.
If you're not getting in a corn tortilla though, you're messing up.
I'm not messing up. I don't like corn tortillas.
Get out of here with the flour tortillas, man.
Get out of here
Nope.
with this. You being in my face about this. I don't like it.
Corn tortillas. Corn tortillas are nothing, man. Double up
Dude,
on the corn tortillas with some lime and cilantro. That's it.
You got to
That's it.
throw the only time you use flour is when it's on like a burrito.
Agreed.
Like,
That's the only time you use a flour tortilla is when it's on a burrito.
Okay, no, I disagree. I disagree because flour tortillas are better. But also,
I agree 90% of the time.
it's pronounced cilantro.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? You know what? We're gonna say it how we say it here. All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would like some beef fajitas on some tortillas with some queso, please.
who
And
does
you know
that stand
what?
up?
Can I
where-
get on the side one jalapeno?
Jalapeno.
Want one of them jalapenos?
Who does that stand up where he's like, you know what? I'm gonna say it how we do it here. Like, you know those people who are like, oh yeah, me and my friend went down to Chile and had a vacation. He's like, no, we're in America. It's chili. Everyone calls it chili, so I'm gonna say chili. Okay, and don't correct me on it.
Yeah.
I love when people do that. Like, y'all remember Alfonso from high school?
We're down there drinking that in Chile, and
Do y'all remember Alfonso?
Yeah.
of course,
I'm gonna tell him to listen to this episode because he always bothered me with this. He goes by Alfonso. That's what he goes by. But anytime someone's like, "Oh, hey, nice to meet you. I'm so and so," he's like, "Yes, and I'm Alfonso." But he says it he says it with his middle name and his last name. I'm not going to say that obviously on the podcast, but he says it with his middle name and last name, and he says it so fast that you're like, "Dude, he doesn't know your name now. Just say your name."
hi, my name is Esteban Julio Ricardo de la Rosa Ramirez.
Yeah.
He was the biggest freaking troll of all time with that kind of stuff.
I love Alfonso, dude. He was hilarious, man. He was like such a nice guy, but if he wanted to make you cry, he could.
Yeah. And then he would instantly hug you and say sorry.
Yeah, like I was just playing with you, man.
My bad, bro.
Yeah. He's a philosophy major.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all knew that.
I did know that.
Yeah.
I actually know
But anyways.
what my friends do. It's crazy.
I wish I could do a cricket noise.
Oh. He almost
That was
did
the
a-
worst cricket noise I've ever heard in my life.
I know,
Well,
I
that-
can't
that
do it.
sounded that sounded like somebody stepping on leaves. Is what that sounded like.
Yeah,
Dude.
sound like eating a stick of celery.
Well, all right, let me hear your cricket. Let me hear your cricket impression.
That's actually
That's not
really
horrible.
good. That's
No,
actually
it's not really good. It's not really good, but it's not horrible.
It's more high. Yeah, I don't know. It's more high pitched than that, but
No, that sounds more like a bird than a cricket to me.
oh, well, yours sounded like freaking crunchy
At
water.
least it sounds
So
like crunchy water. What do you mean
dude.
crunchy water, bro?
It's called ice, Randall.
no,
Okay,
dude,
well,
that's
let's
a
call
celery
it
is, dude.
ice, bro.
That's a celery is, dude. It's just crunchy water.
Okay, that's facts. I've never heard a more accurate description of celery outside of the word celery than that.
Yeah, it's
than
just crunchy water, dude.
That's exactly what it is.
Well, that's
Hey,
what it
give me-
is.
hey,
yeah.
can I get some buffalo
to be
wings?
honest, that's pretty much what
and
everything
Can I
is,
get the
right?
carrot sticks and the water sticks as well?
I want the crunchy water sticks with some ranch, please.
Can I get some of that crunchy, stringy, disgusting water stuff? With the side of that.
Hey,
can I
yo,
get a
come on,
cup
no,
of that
wait, no,
small
I
cheese
just-
sauce?
I said yes as if I'd agree. I like celery, dude.
It's been growing on me, to be honest. Like you get like some spicy wings
Mhm.
and like
It'll cool
celery
you
by
down.
itself. I'm not to that point yet, but you get like nice wings and some celery with it, dip into some ranch. Actually, not even in the ranch. You dip the celery in the wing sauce,
Mhm.
and that's when it gets good.
You know
And
what I
then
found
the
out?
ranch.
You know what I found out
Yes.
I like for the first time since I was 4 years old?
What?
What's that?
Broccoli.
Bro, what?
Yeah.
I love broccoli. I tried it on New Year's and loved it.
I love broccoli.
Yeah. Well, I
love
tried
it.
it for the first time in like 10 years because I thought broccoli was ass. And now I'm on the broccoli train,
Well,
brother.
it smells like ass when you cook it.
Yeah.
The way you
you
get
know what
into
smells the
broccoli-
worst when you cook it is cabbage.
Cabbage, yeah.
Cabbage.
You got to start
It
off.
smells like a
you
hot
gotta
fart when you're cooking.
you got to
it.
work your way into broccoli, dude. Like you got to get some broccoli and cheese, or like Randall did the broccoli and A1 sauce.
Dude,
Hot farts
broccoli
are
and
the worst.
Listen, bro, broccoli and A1 steak sauce is a match that I did not know was in heaven until I tried it.
I mean, but it's A1 steak sauce though, so like it's so overpowering that you can put A1 steak sauce on anything and it tastes like A1 steak sauce.
well, yeah,
Well,
here's a
and
good
A1,
val- here's a
A1
valid
steak
point.
sauce on a burger is the best.
Well, like a valid point, you know, everyone says like, oh, you could put that on dog shit and I'd eat it. You could literally put A1 steak sauce on dog shit and probably not taste the shit.
You would
And that's-
taste A1.
It could be fresh.
That's
And
yeah,
I'm not
I'm
talking about the A1.
I'm talking still mushy, bro. Like,
Oh my
straight up.
god. You just made me want to throw up in my mouth.
And,
Because
like, that should be
I always
enough
have
to
to-
tell you because broccoli smells like farts. It's pretty
I, al-
similar.
I always have to pick up my dog shit, and most of the time it's not
Oh.
solid. So
I don't.
I feel the warm goo in my hand when you say that.
I don't want to hear anything. I worked for
Oh,
a dog
that's
groomer in
gross.
high school, bro. I had to do nothing but clean up turds all day when I was there.
Yeah,
So
okay, yeah. Well, screw that.
and they
That
were
was your
usually
choice, though.
hot and
You
they
made
were
that
usually
choice.
wet.
Guys,
So-
you
You
guys
made that
remember
choice.
cerveza, it is el caca de perro. Okay.
Dog shit.
The poop of the dog.
The poop.
Mm.
Oh man, I don't even. I couldn't even tell you any more Spanish, dude. I really couldn't. I know like very little bit. Like I know it. I can't speak it very well, but I can pick out words from conversation and
Well, that's a good thing
What's
because it's
happening?
muy peligroso.
wait. Well, I don't know what that means. I was gonna
It means
laugh.
it means very dangerous.
That's what I thought, but I was like, wait, what?
Wait, Spanish is
The only
very
reason I'm
dangerous.
Yes.
Why?
The only reason I know what peligroso means is
Because
because
if
when
you
it's on the
start
sign,
speaking
on the wet
Spanish-
floor sign.
Wet floor sign.
Yeah, if you start speaking Spanish, I guarantee you, if you do it right, you might come home with someone you didn't want to come home with.
What if that was the whole point? Though.
Then it's muy fácil.
Very easy.
Yeah.
you just gotta really know it before you go out and talk to people. You just walk up to somebody and be like, "Su culo en mi boca." They're gonna be like,
Y-
"Excuse me,
Y divertido.
puedo su culo en mi boca." That means I want your butt in my mouth.
Okay. Maybe don't go out to the bar and say that one.
That's why you gotta be careful. You know, it might work though.
Andrew's sitting here trying to think of something that he can say.
No, I already have it, but I'm not gonna say it.
Well, a fun fact is that I don't know if I think I remember telling you all this, but my dad's dad, my pawpaw, he was a Houston police officer, and he was a police officer, but he did a bunch of like undercover stuff, and he went to Mexico one time, and he met my step grandmother, my tita, is what I call her, and he didn't know how to speak Spanish, and she didn't know how to speak English, and for like the first 4 months of their relationship, they would call each other, and all they knew how to say to each other was "I love you." So they would literally sit on the phone for like an hour back and forth, just saying "I love you, I love
Dude,
you
that's
too."
the sweetest thing I've
I
ever
love
heard.
you.
That makes me want to cry.
And then
I want to know how that first meeting went. Like, how do they meet each other?
Dude, that's
I
so
don't- they're just like-
beautiful.
well, she worked at a bank. I think he went into that bank, and he was like, "Oh my God, she's beautiful."
That's a Hallmark card story, bro.
Yeah. And then she wound up moving to the United States with him. They built a house or whatever, and then he obviously spoke fluent English or fluent Spanish after like a year, and then she was always pretty good at English after that, from what I remember at that point. But
She makes
That makes-
fantastic breakfast tacos.
That makes
she
me
makes
really
the
wanna-
absolute best breakfast tacos on the planet,
Best anyone's ever made.
bro.
Hands down.
Absolutely. And now it was really actually pretty funny. Whenever he died from cancer, and whenever he was in the hospital, like on his last couple days, all he spoke was Spanish after that. His last like 2 or 3 days alive, all he spoke was Spanish. That's what my
That's
dad told me
crazy.
anyways. I don't remember that. I was too young, but
I wish I could be fluent.
Crazy.
Like,
Me too.
I always say that I learned more Spanish working like in a restaurant and like working in the kitchen than I did in 3 years of Spanish in high school.
Facts.
Like,
You
I
know
don't remember
why?
anything I learned in high school Spanish, but I learned so quick speaking Spanish in the kitchen. Like,
Yeah. That's because in school they teach you freaking formal Spanish, and you're like, bro, I am not
Yeah.
bordered with Spain, bro. I'm bordered with
well, and
Mexico.
that's the thing. When I first started like trying to speak Spanish to these dudes in the kitchen, they're like, no, you don't say that. You say this. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
You don't say
like
it
I
like
would
that.
say I would say it right, but they'd be like, we don't say that. Like, we don't talk like that, or whatever.
Right, exactly.
Muy poquito pito.
Okay. You just Google translated that.
No, I didn't. I was texting my dad back.
Okay. I just had to make sure.
He was calling me, and I was texting him, telling him I'm recording a podcast.
Oh, wow. Very mature of you. To text him while we're recording.
Sorry,
Yeah, dude, get your
I'm just
priorities
kidding.
together.
bro.
I've learned more Spanish across the street with our neighbors than I have in school. And they don't even teach me.
Yeah.
I just pick up like what they're talking about in the moment based on what we were doing. And I'm like, oh, that's what they're saying.
Well, I mean, the best way to learn is to just like to talk to somebody. Like you're not going to learn it from like a textbook or like a app or nothing like that. Just you got to talk to people, and the only way to learn it is by saying like the most ridiculous thing ever, and then being like, I think you meant this, but you said something else.
I can go ahead and say his name because there's so many of them. But we had a ranch hand for a while. His name was Juan Torres.
Mm-hmm.
Google that. You know how many Juan Torreses there are? But
that's racist.
We called him JT.
Justin Timberlake. I like it.
Yeah, and he that's where I learned a lot of mine from. He was a really cool dude. I love JT.
I also love Justin Timberlake. He makes some bangers, bro.
He is mi amigo mejor.
Your best friend.
Best friend.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
There you go. See, I can't speak it.
He's just working in the field. Long as I got my horse and cow.
It's like, I'm not. I can't.
Hey, do you know why I think they called? Do you know why I think they called this
the ranch tonight?
Lil Chela?
Lil Chela.
Lil Chela, yeah. I guess is how you say it. Maybe what I'm thinking it is COVID hit everything hard, but I imagine it hit the music festivals harder. So Coachella probably got to invite fewer people, and it became Lil Chela.
Yeah.
Nice.
That really what happened?
I believe the C and the H make a S sound. So it's Lil Sheila.
Lil
It's
Sheila.
Lil Sheila.
Yeah. Actually, it means chela is just a slang for beer in Spanish. And actually, I don't know if it's in Spanish. We were just talking about that. Probably more in Mexican or Mexico Spanish.
Yeah, slang Spanish.
Yeah.
I think it's like Jonah.
Informal Spanish. Formal Spanish is.
Yeah. Well, there's a bunch of different types of informal Spanish, though. But
yeah, now I'm gonna go to Spain and they're gonna be like, "What are you saying?"
Lil Chela. Por favor.
Like, what? Why are you cold, bro? Just tell us what you want in English.
Frio.
Right?
We're gonna get canned for how bad our Spanish is.
Yeah,
that's okay. That's part of it.
Yeah, I love this beer.
It's very good. I'm really enjoying it.
I'm on my third one, and I'm gonna try and finish a 6-pack before we finish this podcast. So, how much longer do you think we have?
Wow, we got like 10 minutes.
Okay, I need to jump on it. Let me go grab one.
There's the beer that we saw in Mexico that they advertised on like every billboard. Do you remember which one it was? It was it like Victoria or something like that?
Oh,
what was
dude.
You said your brother used to drink it a lot. It's like a red can, maybe.
Oh my god, dude! What?
It's like Mexico's Bud Light or something. Like, I cannot remember what it's called. It was on like every billboard when we were down there.
I don't remember that. I don't remember seeing billboards for it. The only beer I remembered vividly drinking from there was Sol, and that's because that's what was at the house we were staying at, and that's what we drank the entire time.
My least favorite Mexican beer.
Hey, you don't talk crap about Sol ever again, bro.
Dude, I hate
that got me through a hard time. Okay.
Oh, it was Tecate.
Tecate,
I think is what it was.
Tecate Light.
I got 2 cans, one for right now, one for in 2 minutes.
Oh
That's
God.
that's going on Andrew's financial
DMCA.
analyst mixtape.
DMCA.
Well, no, I didn't say the song. No one knows what song I was talking about, right? Correct?
Nope.
I mean, I
No,
caught on
Correcto?
immediately. But
Correcto?
okay.
Correcto?
I think you just made it up.
That's not how you say correct.
Mm-mm.
Verdad? Verdad means
I'll
like
tell you-
right.
Actually,
Right.
what also helped me a little bit with Spanish was watching Narcos on Netflix. Did y'all
Never
ever
seen
watch
it.
that?
I'm just kidding. Yes, I have seen it.
Yeah, that show sucks.
Because okay, well,
I'm joking.
very cold take.
I'm
Very,
joking.
very cold take.
I love that show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. You were talking about it earlier, so I imagined it was. But
I
I'll
haven't
tell you-
seen.
I'll
I
tell you
haven't
right
seen
now.
Narcos Mexico though. So if anything you say about Narcos Mexico, I'm going to be lost. So I've only seen Narcos. Colombia.
Okay. Well, you should watch it, and you should get to the point of the song I was talking about earlier, dude. It's the best. It's the best scene in a show I've ever seen.
Narcos was an incredible show, dude. I binged the hell out of that show, but it taught me a lot of Spanish too, because you had to freaking have the subtitles on for it for most of it, anyways. For like half of it, you'd say. These
Yeah,
guys
it's
are
more like
talking,
reading a book.
Yeah, you're like, you're not watching Narcos, you're
Yeah.
reading Narcos.
Well, the thing with Narcos is like I always had the subtitles on, but like it's kind of like what you were saying, like when you're over it across the street, like when you can hear it and you like understand it just because of like you know what they're talking about. That's
Mhm.
kind of how I watched Narcos. Is like I would watch it and I would forget like that I wasn't reading the subtitles. So like I was just like watching the show and I'd be like, okay, yeah, they're talking about this, you know.
Right.
But I couldn't like that's my level of Spanish. Like I know I know what's going on, what they're talking about, but I can't like translate it to English in my head, you know.
Right.
Well,
Using,
I
like,
can read
context
it.
clues.
I can
Yeah.
read it very well and hear it decently. I need to learn how to speak it better. And once I learn how to speak it better, I can become the machine of Mexico. And I'll
Yeah,
be doing tequila shots.
I did. We watched it after we recorded last week's podcast. I did sit down with the boys and watch it, and it was absolutely hilarious. The machine story from Bert Kreischer.
This is Russia.
This is Russia.
Well, they say when you say and you could hear it decently, like they say that that's the first step to learning any language is being able to like identify the noises that they make. Because like I was reading this about Chinese, but like so you won't be able to learn Chinese or like even start to learn
is
it
impossible, dude.
because if you don't know the sounds, so you have to just like listen to it without reading. You just have to listen to it and know the noises because they're so much different than like English, you know.
Even if I learned
'Cause
how to
we-
speak or understand Chinese, I don't think I would ever learn how to write it. There's absolutely no
No.
way I would learn those symbols.
Because
That's
like
impossible.
compared to Spanish, we have like most of the time we have like a very monotoned language, you know. Like we don't have to put a lot of inflection in our words a majority of the time,
Well,
you know.
plus our language has gotten a lot dumber. Like if you look at how they used to speak versus how they speak now, it's way more simplified, except for like a lot of English words that you bring nowadays with like I guess like being the hip and cool. Like TikTok society is like a bunch of words that you're like, what? It's
Yeah.
a word that's made up almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
The English language sucks to learn, though. Y'all
I
know that, right?
imagine.
It's like the hardest language to learn on the planet.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
because it
there's,
uses
like,
a lot of different languages in the English language.
No, it's because we have certain words that sound the same that are spelt different that mean different things, or
Yeah.
words that are spelt the same that mean different things.
there,
And
there, and
so-
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. For one
What's
example.
Your and your. Like
Yeah.
I walked outside and there was a bear, and I was bear.
Yeah.
That's a
Well,
great sentence.
actually, what actually happened was
I walked
Andrew
outside.
logged on to his
And there was a
meeting,
bear.
and there was a bear, and he was bear.
What's
That's
your favorite Spanish word? I can tell you mine. It's Puerto Ricano.
Puerto Rican?
Yeah, Puerto Rican, but it's my favorite Spanish word to say, Puerto Ricano, because it's like a flowy, fun word to say.
I think the
Mine's-
one. Well, go ahead, Sean.
Mine's just a simple word, but it's primo.
It means the best, and it means the best in English, but it means
No.
cousin in Spanish.
Yeah. So like, yeah, primo technically means cousin, but like when you walk into the kitchen or you like
I did
see
my
somebody
primo.
you know, you like see somebody you know and you're like, hey, ¿qué pasó, primo? Like it's like, hey, what's
Yeah.
up, bro? You
What
know,
up, cuz?
so like you go like, yeah, or, what up, cuz? Like you go to a restaurant or you see like some Spanish guy you haven't seen in a while and you're like, what's up, primo? And he's like, oh, what's up, dude? Like
Yeah, but it means like a primo cut of beef in the U.S. is like the best. You know, it's an abbreviation for premier, I think.
I don't know.
yeah,
I
you
don't
can't
know.
say that. Is you gonna get TOS or something for abbreviating words?
Yeah.
What is TOS?
Terms of service.
Oh, I'm
I
I'm
don't
mocking
know.
Twitch.
There's so many. There's so many to like think of. Like the only word I can think of immediately off the top of my head is el baño, and I just feel like it's because it's the main thing that I ask for when I'm in that situation.
Yeah.
I'm like,
La-
¿Dónde está el baño?
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
I try to learn like a bunch of different like languages for like only a couple words. Like I try and learn how to say like basics. Like I try to learn how to say water, you know, and like
Agua. Ooh,
like some other
what I-
stuff in other
Can't-
languages,
let
just
me-
so I could like.
Look, I'll tell you what my favorite word
S'il
in
vous
Spanish
plaît.
is.
S'il vous plaît.
Here's my favorite word in Spanish already.
What?
Cerveza.
Oh yeah.
Mine's
Come on, baby.
Lil
Dos
Chela.
cervezas, por favor,
Una más.
señorita.
Una más cerveza, por favor, señorita.
Do you want to know? Okay, so you
That's
want to know
all
my
he knew
favorite
how to
word?
say, bro. That's all he knew how to say.
Favorite word to pronounce or to say is chicharrón.
Chicharrón.
That's a fun
That's
one.
probably my
That's
favorite
fun.
one.
Chicharrones.
Here's another.
Chicharrones.
Here's another fun one. Un bolígrafo. I love that
Bolígrafo?
word. Yeah.
Biology.
mean?
Pen.
Ah,
Oh yeah. Oh, I got another one. Albóndigas.
I've never heard that one. What does that mean?
Meatballs. The only reason I know what albóndigas means is because on How I Met Your Mother, he's like, it's gonna be our little secret. How do you say secret in Spanish? And he's like talking to the lady working at the line in the cafeteria, and he's like, how do you say secret in Spanish? And she holds up a spoonful of meatballs, and she goes, albóndigas? And he goes, yes, it'll be our little albóndigas.
Albóndigas. I like that word. That's cool. That's a fun word to say.
that, bro.
You don't
I don't
remember that?
remember that. I
That's
didn't
a
know we
fun
were-
word.
It's been like 5 years since I watched How I Met Your Mother, though.
I know. I need to watch it again because I love that show.
So good. I think we're at
Top
the end,
three.
guys. I think we're at the end. We
Top
gotta.
3 favorite shows.
Oh, it's in my top 5 for sure. But I think we're at the end. I think we got to give these final ratings.
Oh,
Y'all want me to
man.
go first?
Sure.
I'm gonna bump it up. I'm going to do an 8.2 from an 8.0 to an 8.2
All right.
because the taste hasn't gotten any worse since I started. It's actually
That's good.
gotten better. I really enjoy it. I've also got a slight buzz. That could also probably be from just what I ate before I joined in, but you know, didn't have a lot of carbs to soak it up for this one, but it's giving me a pretty decent buzz.
8.2. That's what you said.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 8.2 for me.
I'm not really feeling a buzz yet, but I could probably go for about 10 more.
That's what I'm saying. And I was about to say, and also I could probably continue drinking this for the remainder of my life.
This is another campfire beer.
It is
That's-
well.
It's a beach campfire beer.
Yes. Yeah,
You-
it's
you
a
make a
warm weather
campfire on the
campfire
beach.
beer.
It is.
It's a campfire that's not built for warmth, but more for camaraderie.
For show, yeah.
Me
It's not for warmth.
Me encanta la cerveza. Me encanta.
You love?
Mhm. La cerveza es mi corazón.
It is your love.
Yeah.
I can. You want me to end this? You want me to end this podcast on my favorite Mexican song? Well, I don't have to do it now, but I'll sign it. I'll sign us off with it.
it.
I hate all of the artists in all of the world. I only believe in science.
Dude, I was trying to
Chancho.
tell Andrew. I was trying to tell Andrew the other day, Randall, do you remember this song when he walks out with the fresh pair of white boots on? It's like bubblegum, 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 for me. Andrew was like, I don't remember that song, and I was like, dude, that's one of the best ones.
It's one of them. This song makes absolutely no sense in the movie, but that's what makes it so funny. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yes, I'm a man who comes from different countries.
I don't remember how it goes, but
what a great movie.
But what I'm going to rate this beer as my final rating is a 90.4.
Wow, 9.4 coming out of the boy.
Mm-hmm.
Going up on the rating.
I love this beer, dude. It's one of my favorites I've ever had.
I think based on rating, I think it is your favorite that you've ever had.
Well, yes, 100%. I mean, mucho flavor, little calories. Are you serious? You have not only sold me on the flavor, you have sold me on the marketing, and I am your little pawn. You just put this thing on the market, and I will just buy it.
Andrew's drunk.
I'm starting to feel it a little bit.
Hey, you give me this beer, and I'm gonna drink it. Okay, so I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna leave it. I don't know. This is a good beer.
It's a good beer.
I'm gonna say screw everything. I'm gonna give it
Wow,
a 9.5.
What? I'm out of my chair.
So am I, which is crazy. Just kidding. I'm not out of my chair.
It's probably one of my favorite ones we've had yet.
Wow.
Sean, you know what I've been waiting
That's
for all
Probably,
week?
well,
realize
it is
what-
my favorite one we've had yet.
Y'all realize what y'all are 0.5 away from being at the best beer of all time.
It was
No,
close.
no. I don't think I'll ever give out a 10. I don't think it'll ever happen because
I'm
if I
just
were to give out a
saying.
10, if I were to give out a 10, it would be to this beer.
Okay, well, that's all I'm
I agree.
saying. Is we're close.
Sean, I've been wanting to hear it all week. Can you do a Christopher Walken impression when you rate this beer? Do it. Rate it one more time and do a Christopher Walken.
So probably have to raise it to a 9.5. It's really good. Might almost a 10, but not quite.
It could be better.
Could be better. But,
Though not here in Kansas.
you know.
I was trying to do it, but I can't hear myself do it, so I don't know how good that was.
You do it
That was
really
good.
good, Sean. That was good.
All
I
right.
enjoyed
Well, before Andrew gets any more drunk on this podcast, I think we need to tell everybody that's listening to go follow us on Twitter at Off the Tap Pod.
Just send us some money so we can go drink this beer in Mexico at patreon.com/Off the Tap Podcast.
At Kenny Chesney. That's what you just did. Beer in Mexico.
All right.
So I gotta end it on the song. Did you want me to end it on the song?
Do it. Go.
No.
Mira mis ojos. Y esta noche quiero más.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. But that's not how we end the podcast here. Hold on. Give me a second. Si no te estás ensuciando, te vas lo suficientemente lejos.
Okay.
And you know what that means?
If you ain't getting dirty, you're not sufficiently getting far enough.
Yeah.
If you are not getting dirty sufficiently far enough, you are not.
Love you guys.